Yo, MGBL 4K. Look, bro, I got the new iPhone 16 Pro Max. I've been using it for a month. It's the greatest phone ever. Forget Android. They're so far behind, man. It's got the A18 chip, Apple Intelligence, 8 gigs of RAM. Oh my goodness, it's so amazing. Look at this, bro. Oh my goodness, here we go again. He does the same thing every year. He goes and gets the iPhone and thinks it's the best thing on the market. Bro, look at the facts in front of you. It's not the greatest phone out there. It's a good phone, but it's not the greatest phone out there. There's many other options, bro. Yo, you hear this guy, man? Who does he think he is, this guy? It's an iPhone. It's the greatest product to ever exist. Get out of here, man. You know what? I'm just gonna use this phone and you can use your crappy whatever you're using. I'm out of here, bro. Forget this guy. Swizzle, you poor, hopeless fool. Research what you're saying. All right, guys, let's get into this review because he needs to understand what exactly we are using. The iPhone 16 line, guys. Let's hop into it. I have the Pro Max to review, and I'm going to show this guy it's not all what it seems. Another iPhone, another year, yada, yada. So let's hop into it. Swizzle, I'm coming for you, bro. I'm going to prove you wrong, bro. I'm telling you. Alright guys, hope you guys liked my little intro skit. That is the debut of my new character. His name is Swizzle. He's more of the edgier, doesn't care kind of side of me. So he'll make some appearances in some shorts. But if you like the character and you want to see more content with him, let me know. I'm happy to oblige. Anyways, let's get to the number one thing I've been promoting on my media. The iPhone 16 Pro Max. I've been using this phone for about a month now. Clean, a month, right? And you know, as the video says, same phone, different year. AKA same different phone. So basically, this is just a general overview of this phone. It's going to be a quick one, under 10 minutes for sure. Because if you want to see more of the iPhone 16 Pro Max, there's more in-depth reviews from a lot of people like Marquez Brownlee. Then you got Everything Apple Pro. Like all the big tech guys have made their videos about it. But I'm doing this video as an overview and using it as a month and just in general using iPhone for the past decade. So let's start with my disappointment. My first disappointment is literally, it's the same design as last year, just with an added button. Not camera control. I don't care what the jargon is. It's a button. I don't care. And plus you can pretty much use it for other shortcuts. But you know, I will peg the question. This will probably become the Touch ID sensor that I've been hearing leaks and rumors about. So who knows? Maybe this is Apple's little way of telling us, hey, we got big plans, right? Because apparently the iPhone 17 is going to be a big game changer. I've yet to see it. So another negative of the phone is the size of it. I mean, it got bigger and yes, there's a little bit of a difference. It's still light because of the titanium frame, but honestly, it's a big phone and it does fall out of my pocket sometimes. So I really don't like that, but I don't want to trade my battery life for a smaller phone. So that's another disappointment of it. And three is what we all know, lack of innovation. Apple, what are you doing? If I can go on Tim Cook's head and shake it a little bit and say, hey, drop something, bro. Even if you take a year and a half, drop something it's worth me getting. The only reason I got this was because I traded my 15 Pro Max. So essentially, I paid nothing for the phone, right? I'm not sponsored or anything. I went out and physically bought this phone with a trade-in I did from Apple. So that's the only reason why I got it. Other than that, I would have kept my 15 Pro Max. It's the same phone, just updated. Now we're done with the disappointments. Let's get into the three positives. First one is the battery life. This thing lasts almost 2 days. And I'm a power user. I game a lot on my phone. I play a lot of Dragon Ball and some other games, right? So the battery is phenomenal on it. And also to boot, the game mode. It has saved me a lot of battery. As compared to iOS 17, my battery was just shot down the drain. So that's one pro of this phone. The second, I have to say, is the bigger screen. Yes, it was a disappointment, but I like the bigger screen and the thinner bezels. If you guys can see here on the phone, up on the top here, you can basically see how it's got a thinner bezel overall. I'm not sure if the camera's going to catch it, but the bezels are thinner. You just have to really look at it. You'll see if you go in an Apple store, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The bezels are thinner. And for all you who don't know, the bezel is the surrounding area around the screen. So let's say you have a TV and you have very thin edges. We call those bezels in the tech world. Just a little tip for you guys. And the third pro, I would say, is probably it's got a gold color. Yes, they call it desert titanium. It looks gold. I'm gonna call it gold. So I got the color gold. And the fact that it's a 256 gig that's starting is phenomenal. I don't have to go on and on about it. We know we need storage in these, but Apple charges ridiculous prices sometimes for the storage options. So, I mean, those are pretty much my pros and cons of this phone. Now, let's get into the spec. So over here on the screen, I'm gonna have a spec sheet of basically all the phones from the 16 to the 16 Pro Max. And the main highlight is 8 gigs of RAM, the A18 chip, which to me honestly is the same as last year. The Pros, it's honestly the same. I don't care what Apple markets, it's the same. Anyways, and the battery's bigger, and you know, it's got 6 cores for the Apple Intelligence that we have yet to come, but I must say it's coming soon because I have a beta running on my other phone. So basically, basically, it looks sick. It's really sick, but I wish Apple didn't promote it because it's false advertising. You're promoting Apple Intelligence, yet it's not even at launch with the device. So I'm here just scratching my head is what kind of jargon has Apple implemented in this campaign this year, right? Next to their whatever they do every year. But it's coming soon and it looks sick. I like the new Siri animation and it could prove beneficial. We just got to use it. But I think as of this recording, it's going to come out in a few weeks, which is why I waited also. Apple Intelligence. I need to use it and I may drop a review on just Apple Intelligence alone. I got to use it and it's pretty much a sick thing. But as it stands right now, if you got the 15 Pro Max, you're going to have Apple Intelligence too. So it's just the 15 Pro lines to the 16 Pro line, which doesn't make sense to me because the 15 Plus can easily run it. Even the iPhone 14 Pro Max, I would peg that could run Apple Intelligence based on the cores. Because if you look at the A16 to the A18, it's the same cores, same everything. Just they modified a little bit so they can have a campaign. Oh, this phone's better. Spend your money on this. Blah blah blah. So whatever. And yeah, it's just a bit of a disappointment. And also, I want to show you something. Here is the box. This year, sadly, we do not get Apple stickers. So this is all I literally got with the phone. Pack of crap, I call it. It's literally nothing. It's nothing special. The unboxing experience has diminished over time. We don't get nothing in the box anymore. Just a bunch of useless paperwork that we can find online and the cable, right? So Apple's promoting greener environments. It's all jargon to me. Anyways, now let's get on to some other news about Apple. So basically, I went over the phone. You guys know my experience as a consumer. So overall, I would rate this phone in terms of new iPhone 10. In terms of innovation, I'd give it a solid 2. 2 is just because it has camera button, which is pretty much useless to me. I don't use it. But yes, I'm hoping next year Apple will have a better phone to use and that I can actually be like, hey, I got a new iPhone. Because if you go up to somebody and show them the new iPhone, it looks the same as the 15. You can even peg it looks the same as the iPhone 12 Pro Max from 4 years ago. And I get they're doing it because, you know, they're trying to save their bigger releases, but come on, bro. Like, you got to innovate a little bit here. And the fact that Apple Intelligence hasn't launched yet, nah. So basically, due to this, Apple has moved away from yearly product launch. So essentially, I don't know if that impacts the iPhone or not, but some products are going to take a little bit more time, which I do agree with because if they just have a little bit more time and they can extend the deadline, maybe we can get something innovative. Like, look at Samsung, look at Xiaomi, the foldable phones, this and that. Pretty soon they're going to have phones that can project, like the AR headsets, but like from the phone itself. You know, Apple has so much resources it can use to make products more innovative, and they don't do it. And that's my problem with these guys. I do not understand why they do that. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, look over here. In here, you see the Apple Store that has all the promotion, all the marketing, but Apple Intelligence is not even on the phone. And you got to get a beta. Most of us don't have time to get a beta or even know how. For a normal consumer, we don't care about the beta. We want to get what we pay for. If you spend over a good amount of money on a phone, you want to have all the features from the box. Not wait a month. I might as well just keep my 15 Pro Max. But, you know, I got a trade-in. That's why I got the 16 Pro Max. So essentially what I'm saying is, guys, do not waste your money on this phone if you have a 15 Pro Max. You're going to get the Apple Intelligence features and the battery is pretty much the same. And the overheating issue from the 15 Pros have pretty much subsided. There's been updates. iOS 18 runs flawlessly on these devices. I've used it on a plethora of it. So guys, just keep that in mind. You know, when you're trying to get a phone, just know what you're getting because it's all jargon at this point. We're in 2024 going into 2025. Technology is advancing rapidly. AI is taking over. Like, a lot of companies are implementing that and Apple's just slowly lagging behind. Their strategy is wait till the market kind of matures and then drop a product. It's not like the Steve Jobs days where he innovated. Every 3-4 years, we dropped a banger. You got the iPhone, iPad, the old Mac. That was the most innovative era for Apple. And the fact is they went almost bankrupt. Steve Jobs completely turned it around. I've yet to see that type of innovation in present day. Yes, we've had, you know, evolutions of the phone, but they're so monumental, I can't even, you know, describe it. I'm not an Apple fanboy. I just have a lot of Apple devices, so I fit in the ecosystem, but I would change to Android. Maybe if I get more views on the channel and get some income from it, I would get into Android. But honestly, guys, don't waste your money on this phone. You got the 15 Pro Max, you're good. You have USB-C, you have the 48 megapixel shooter. The front camera's been the same for 4 years, so who cares? It's the same. But honestly, just save your money. Listen to me, save your money. Just wait for the 17. Because I feel it's going to be a game changer a little bit based on what I'm seeing. But for guys older than the 15s, I would get it. USB-C is very good. It's the more common connector. Even though the EU forced them to change it, it's basically changed a lot of things that I do in my life because everything I have is USB-C. So the only beneficial factor is the iPhone 15 Pro Max has the USB-C, has a good battery, has that titanium frame. It's the same as this one. You're just missing the button on the side. To me, that's not enough to go out and buy a new phone. Me, like I said, I went out and traded it. So if you got an old phone, you get good money, put a down payment on the other phone. I'm all for it, you know, because battery replacements or whatever. I don't ever do battery replacements on my phone because I'm always changing phones. It doesn't matter. But anyways, guys, that is my wrap up of basically this phone. Like I said, I've been using this for a decade, and you know, I haven't been impressed since the Steve Jobs era. Yes, I know we've made some changes, and the best-selling iPhones are from like 2013, the 6s and stuff, but even they had problems. Like, so I'm just saying, when it comes to innovation, Apple really needs to work on it, because I know they're capable of it. Just from history itself, you can see it, I can see it, all the tech YouTubers can see it. Apple is lacking innovation. They need to focus on that. Similar to Nike. Nike's going through its own phase too, trying to get innovative, because they're just releasing retros, right? I'm also a fashion head, sneakerhead, so I look at both sides. But anyways, guys, I hope this review finds you, some information, and just listen to me. If you have a 15 Pro Max, don't bother with this one. If you have less than that, I would upgrade, because it's USB-C, battery, all that, there's improvements. I can see it. So thank you guys for the video. I will see you in the next one. And just a disclaimer, I am working full-time, and I also am in school, as you guys can know. So I won't be posting these full-length videos as much, but I'll make shorts more often, because they're easier just to edit and upload for me, and it works in my time schedule. But don't worry, I am active. I appreciate all my subscribers. We recently hit over 140. I'm thankful for it. My goal is to hit 1,000 in a certain amount of time, maybe 2 years. If it comes sooner, it's good. But anyways, guys, peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.